Hey everybody, Tech Hillbilly here. So today I want to show you some headlamps and a couple of lanterns from Fenix. The reason why I'm showing you this much stuff is because, well, I have faith in Fenix products. Fenix is a Chinese company basically that they're the upscale or high-end flashlight, lights, headlamps. They make some really awesome products, and they're a little bit pricey, but in my opinion they're worth every penny. I want to show you this particular headlamp here. Hopefully it's not too blurry. Hopefully that picked up the focus there. This is their, I always forget what the model number is. They never write it on here, but this is their basic headlamp. It's very lightweight plastic. It uses a rechargeable lithium battery. I think it's lithium, but it uses the older micro USB port. Can you see that? Please tell me you can. Which, that's its weakness, but that's the only port that they had when these came out a few years ago. It's not super bright, but it's bright enough. It's got two buttons on it, and it's actually got these two lights here that function, kind of an area light, and then it's got the spotlight here, and it's also got, I think, a red light. This is the new version of that. Now they still sell these. These are about 50 bucks, okay? These are about $60. They're a little bit bigger. They actually weigh, I'd say they're real close to the same weight. Maybe, I don't know, they're real close to being the same weight. This one, instead of buttons on it, it has a dial on the side. And essentially, well, it's brighter than this one. It's got a red light here, and I'm going to see if this is going to work here. No, that's just going to create a bunch of glare. What I'll do is I'll shine them with the table and show you how bright each one is. But this one has a USB-C port on the bottom. And the batteries on this one are integrated as well. Now, we have a Harbor Freight version of this light without the dial. It's got buttons like this one that we actually really like. They're a lot cheaper. They're about half the price, and I'll show you that as well. So here's that Harbor Freight lamp. It actually feels similar, not quite as good, but it feels similar. And this one runs on AAAs. You don't plug this one in, so you have to pull the batteries out. Oops. If I can get the battery out. Runs on 3 AAAs. And then you just pull those out and recharge them. You know, it's not as sophisticated, but it really does. I bought these for my kids, and they're pretty bright. Here, I'll show you difference in brightness here. Turn this one on high. So there's the area lights. See, it's got the two lights on. So this is basically for reading. And for, you know, if you need to go to the bathroom at night or something, it's pretty good. It's, you know, casts an area. I don't know. It's soft. It's just, you know, it's not a harsh light by any means. And then it's also got a spotlight. In the middle. And it's got 3 settings on that. That's how bright the spotlight is on this. Now let's try the upgraded version. The light here is much brighter on the new version. It's much brighter. There's more settings as well. It's just not real intuitive to use. And I've got a major design flaw to discuss on that. Let me turn this off. This one is pretty bright. It's brighter than this. It's brighter than this one, but it's not quite as bright as this one. And I forget how to turn it on. There's the battery dead. I think somebody left this one on. So I'm not going to show you this one. Somebody left it on and now it's dead. So this one, we throw it in work bags, drawers, laptop bags, and it always works. No problems. Now we have busted the plastic on the front on a couple of these over the years, but bang for your buck. These are the most reliable. You're not going to get anything as reliable in those cheap flashlights on Amazon. We bought several and they always die after, I don't know, sometimes after a couple of weeks. These we've had for years, many of these, and well, they just work. This upgraded version, although it's brighter and has more settings, in the light, I don't know, it just casts light better and more evenly, it seems like. But this knob, it's very easily moved. And so when you throw it in a bag or in a drawer, it can get knocked and turn on. We've thrown this in a laptop bag, taken the bag somewhere, and then got to the site only to find that the light was turned on when we put it in the bag. So this easily gets bumped and either turns off or switches modes or turns on when you don't want it to. There's a button on the side here that will help you control different settings. Anyway, so this is the Fenix B8. Wait, that's a serial number. I don't remember what the model number is on this, but you can look at it on their website. It's the only one with a dial on the side. It's about 60 bucks. It is worth it, but we probably won't buy as many of these as we will of these. You might even consider the Harbor Freight if you don't mind changing the batteries every time it needs to be recharged. I don't like that. I like having the ability to just plug it in and recharge it. But if you're not concerned about bumping this in transport or in a drawer, I highly recommend this light. It's a good bang for your buck. So I'd like you to see this as well. This is an older headlamp, the HL60R. I've had this, I don't remember how many years, 3 or 4 years. And it also uses a micro USB port to charge. And it uses one of those Chinese batteries, the big batteries. I can't remember the 1.8. Anyway, I forget the name of the battery, but these come with one of those lithium batteries. And you can replace it if you need to. You just unscrew this and pull it right out. Anyway, this is really bright. It's so bright that if you shine it on your hand, you can feel the heat. I don't know. I mean, that is so bright. It burns your hand. There's the turbo mode. I can't even look at that. It's so bright. So I'm going to turn it off. It's been my workhorse for many years. It's a bit heavy, but it's a great light. It really is. And it throws a lot. Alright, here's another more recent purchase that I made. This is the, I forget which one. Here it is, HP25R. And it is really bright as well. I think it's a little bit brighter than this one. But what I don't like about this particular type of light is that the battery pack is on the back. And so, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of weight. It's pretty hefty. These are designed for helmets, obviously, to go on a safety helmet, etc. But this one has a lot of functions as well. And I believe it is rechargeable. Yes, it is. I forget. There's the charging port. It's also USB-C. And this is great. We live in the mountains, so if we get coyotes... Whoa, I didn't mean to turn that on. Let me turn that off. I use this one a lot to look outside for coyotes, and this one as well. Now, Fenix, also the lettering is reflective on all of their headbands, so if it really comes in handy if somebody's shining a light at you, they can spot you in the dark pretty easily, even if your headlamp is off, because of the reflective lettering and patterns that's on their headbands. Now let's get all that out of the way. The lanterns. The CL30R, which is this big guy here, and the CL26R. This one is about 60 bucks. It's got a tripod port on it, where you can screw it on a tripod. And this one also has it. This one takes 3 of those Chinese batteries, and it charges with a USB micro port, but it's also got a port on it where you can charge other devices if you need to. This one is basic. It's got a USB micro charging port on it, and this one's fairly robust in its weight, because I think because of the batteries and just the way that it works. This one's much lighter. I actually, for the price, this one is over $100 if I remember. But these, I'd rather have 2 of these than 1 of those. These are so bright. That, let me show this one. If you look at it, they're actually comparable. Let me turn that one off. Turn this one off so you can see. I don't use automatic mode on the camera, so it won't adjust automatically for the light. But I'd rather have 2 of these than 1 of these. Now, I love this little guy, but these are so handy. They'll fit in your pocket. They're very lightweight. And it's also got a flashlight capability on it, if I can turn that on. It's not a real bright flashlight, but you can definitely see where the light is. Now, it's also got another feature, if I can find it. Let me show you here. Oops. Okay, I don't know if you can tell or not, but on this side, the light's not shining. It's shining on this side. So it will only shine on one side on this setting. That way, if you're in a tent, you can turn it on this setting and it won't bother the people that are on the dark side of the light. That's a cool little feature. It also saves battery. I don't remember if this lantern has that feature or not. Let's check. No, this does not have the reading feature. But don't get me wrong, this one's worth the money. It really is. But these little guys, actually I have two of them. If you can find these, I highly recommend these little Fenix lanterns. This is the, if I can remember, this is the CL26R. I'm sure a newer version will come out soon that has a USB-C port, but these are great. Anyway, so that's what I've got for today. Alright, this is High Tech Hillbilly out.